Let me be the one to say it then. Jonathan Majors been arrested for choking out his girlfriend or whatever after leaving a area where there was alcohol served, I guess. And the internet has gone crazy, demonizing this man, already throwing him under the bus, believing and just throwing him to the wolves. And based on like some of the physical evidence, I don't blame people for already making up an opinion about what's going on. And I gotta tell you, when I first read this headline, I was shocked, I was stunned, and then I wasn't at the same time. It was like, well, there goes another black man right at the height of his takeoff in his career where he gets cut down by messing with a white girl. And white girls, I need you to hear me. Black women, I need you to hear me. And men, I need you to hear me. Because I'm about to keep this shit a buck. My statement of this video is that Jonathan Majors, you should have gotten with a wholesome black woman and be done with this hoe. So, Jonathan Majors has been arrested in New York City. His rep says he's done nothing wrong. So he says a judge released Majors without bail Saturday night at an arraignment in Manhattan Criminal Court. Here's what allegedly happened leading up to this. Per our law enforcement sources, police were told that the alleged victim is Major's girlfriend. And according to her, they got into an argument while in a taxi, returning home from a bar in Brooklyn. In a taxi. Taxi? Some taxis have cameras. Cameras record, which means video evidence. Our sources say police were told that the girlfriend saw another woman texting Majors, and she confronted him, trying to sneak a peek at his phone. We're told the alleged victim / girlfriend claims this got Majors mad, and he allegedly grabbed her hand and allegedly slapped her. We're also told that the alleged victim claims that he put hands around her neck during this. Our sources say the woman was dropped off somewhere and that Majors spent the night somewhere else. It appears the girlfriend went to the police following morning Saturday and reported a crime. You know what this sounds like to me? Jonathan Majors might have had somebody texting him. She was like, who is that? Who is that? Don't worry about it. That's what I'm saying. Reached for the phone. She probably got physical, tried to snatch his phone. She probably hit him up. And then he was like, you know what? Get up out of here. I'm done with you. She was mad she got dropped off and embarrassed somewhere else. So she decided to take vengeance, make up lies, damage her own neck. Just like Out of Time, the Denzel Washington movie, she was on her to annihilate this shit, busted her face, ran to the police department and said, he beat me. He choked me. Look. You know what it means? If you call the police for DV, police show up, woman does this, he going to jail. Period. They don't even need to hear the other side. It is so easy for women to set men up and catch them cases. It's ridiculous. It's even easier when the woman is white and the man is black. It's ridiculous. He was arrested in New York City, and according to the police, he's being accused of putting hands on a woman. Law enforcement say the actor was booked Saturday morning on charges of this. We're told that the alleged victim in the case is a female related to police. Majors got into a dispute. We all know that Majors is in the takeoff of his career, and it's a very sad thing that we're even in this position right now. And I can't say I instantly believed that something was wrong here. And I knew that it was his girlfriend. They said it was an alleged female, but I said, oh, he's out with his girlfriend. Let me tell you something right now. Let me finish the story before I make my final statement about this situation, right? Those of you guys who know or don't know is that he already lost an Army commercial. They already pulled it. Already off the allegations. He was doing voiceovers and he was in the, the few, the proud, the Marines, the Army commercials. Be all that you can be. Featuring Majors, an on-screen narrator was pulled on Sunday. The Army plans to continue running other ads in the campaign, maintaining a digital presence as well as a prominent position in broadcasting. They already are starting to take away his stuff. Already, based off of allegations of it. This is all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. It only takes a woman lying and saying, he did this to me. Look. And not even the look part. Really, it just takes a woman saying, he did this to me. And most police, I would say 7 out of 10 times, the man's going to jail with no evidence. But this woman had a so that's 100%. And he's already lost all this money. He's lost work. He's taking a damaging hit to his career. And now we know 2 directors are already speaking out about him, calling him a very vicious type of man. Out of nowhere, tweets that came out months ago are resurfacing about them talking about how Jonathan Majors is a tyrant. People couldn't wait to cancel this fool. They were itching. And when everybody was praising Jonathan Majors for being this dude, this nice, compassionate, respectful guy, I saw him over there talking about Michael B. Jordan, his brother. He showed so much love, and he was so calm and soft-spoken. You know, it's hard to see somebody like that as being violent, right? But sometimes the game does be played. This weekend, it was reported that we knew about what happened to Jonathan Majors and an actor. He goes by the name A.B. Allen. A.B. Allen, a rising filmmaker. Look what he has to say. There's a particular actor. This was he said months ago. This was months ago before this stuff. But he was being very vague. There's a particular actor relatively new on the scene who Twitter has violently fallen head over heels and who in actuality is a vicious, cruel, abusive human being, both professionally and in his personal life. And his new viral thirst tweet about him, every new viral thirst tweet about him drives me insane. This dude believes that he knows the 411 on Jonathan Majors, that he's a cruel tyrant, he's doing double-faced stuff. And then they pull up some other ones. From March, I believe, or the month before. I regret when he learned more about the accusations. So this one is new. After the accusations came out, here's what he said. I regret my overly flippant tone here. I read the words alleged assault in the tweet. Figure we were talking about a shoving match outside of a bar or something. Then posted this. Once I read the details, far more brutal than I expected. I wish I had said something else. Everything I've known about have not been physical. It's not a huge leap at all for emotionally violent and professionally abusive people to become physically violent as well. But I was not made aware of it. Here's what he's going to say again. I'm just going to say this about Jonathan Majors and be done with it. Folks at Yale and the broadcaster New York City community have known about him for years. He's a sociopath, an abuser, and that is how virtually everyone speaks about him. It's a shame it took this long for him to be reported. You will wonder, you knew all this dirt about Jonathan Majors, so much dirt about him that he got all of these movies with all these directors, all these scripts, all these writers, all these producers, all these casts, all these people, and nobody had a negative word to say about him, but you knew all along? And you even threw in Yale. Folks at Yale and the broadcaster New York City broader NYC community. So all these people knew but were protecting him. You think that he got a Marvel deal? You think that MCU and Kevin Feige and Disney didn't know? It was common knowledge, but in New York, but Disney didn't know about it? This is full of cap, bro. This is full of cap. Look, commenters subsequently asked why did Tim Nicolai didn't speak out sooner if he was aware of the alleged behavior of the actor's part. He responded by saying that people have tried, but that ultimately, those trying to legitimize the allegations needed a victim to come forward. You know what? It smells very fishy up in here and around this situation. They don't need no victim to come forward if they want to get a guy. They'll make up a victim if they want to get a guy. Especially a black guy, right? Especially a black guy in Hollywood. Especially a black guy in Hollywood is at the top of his craft. This fool is Kang the Conqueror in the MCU. If they want to come for you, they're going to come for you. So I'm just shocked at all these people that have something to say, right? All these things that are coming out about Jonathan Majors, people are just throwing him to the wolves. Bro, this woman sat up here. She's lying. That's my stance. She's crazy. That's my stance. And the Creed 3 actor Jonathan Majors was arrested. Majors was arrested for the dispute. Majors was taken into custody. Priya Chaudhry, who is Majors' lawyer, said in a statement to BuzzFeed that he is completely innocent and is probably the victim himself. According to the lawyer, video evidence of the incident, which occurred within a vehicle, and testimony from witnesses will prove the actor's innocence. The woman also took back her accusation of assault in written statements. The woman was having an emotional crisis for which she was taken to a hospital yesterday. This woman has already recanted her statements. This woman has already admitted that she lied, and this woman already went into a hospital. She recanted her statements, went to a hospital because you committed a freaking crime. You lied on this man. You sat up here and said that he attacked you, made up the lie, called the police, got him hoed, made these people come out and talk bad against him, made him lose money, embarrassed this man. Hey, bro, let's keep it 1,000. Most of the time, the white women that get with black men don't get with the black man because they like the man. They get with the black man because he's a black man. This type of chick is a culture vulture or an abuser herself. When a black man gets some money, that's when the white girls start to come along. When a black man get money, here come the white girl. Oh, I want him. She's the type of broad to be like, he took advantage of me. When mommy and daddy break open the door and see that the black man is all on top of the white girl. Well, did he force himself on you? Yes. Because when the shit hits the fan, they don't have your back. When the shit hits the fan, it ain't there. And this is what I mean. I'm not trying to trigger white girls because pay attention. Pay attention. This type of white girl. These type of white girls that don't really have love for the person that they pretend to be in love with. It's the money, it's the fame, it's the clout, and it's the trophy. I got a black man on my. You could tell the white women that are with these black men just for the status or just for the flossing or just to be bold, just to be different, just to be not do what daddy says, just to look unique, just to stand out. And you can tell the white women that are with black men just because they love the man and he just so happens to be black. I'm not talking about those white girls. There's white girls out there that just end up getting with a black man and he happens to be a good guy, but he's black. Who the freak cares? I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about those 20-something, 30-something-year-old white girls that are outside the clubs, going to parties, going to red carpets, looking and freaking trying to find the next guy. And Jonathan Majors is the hottest voice, is the hottest guy in Hollywood right about now. And absolutely, she freaking latched onto this fool and clawed and sunk her teeth in, bro. Ain't no real love there because as soon as something goes down, she could always just say, "Help, police, he's black." What you should have done, dog, and Jonathan, you probably know this now, should have got yourself a freaking black woman. Oh, Jody, why would you say that? Let me tell you why. Black women, pay attention. Just like the white women. I'm not talking about all black women. You should get yourself a wholesome black woman. We're not talking about this type of black woman. Oh, no. This is the type of black woman you stay away from. It's a ratchet. She for the streets. She ruined your best man, Michael B. Jordan's life, and the dude she left him for, and the dude she left him for, and the breakup. These type of chicks right here are the toxic black women. These are the freaking snatchers and freaking sick in the head. This ain't the type of black woman you want, Jonathan Majors. Type of black woman you want is a wholesome black woman. These ratchets, they ain't shit. Don't get with no ratchets. Don't get with a thought. Don't get with a chaser. Don't get with a Kardashian. I ain't talking about those black vultures. Those are skeezers. They're scallywags. I'm talking about a wholesome black woman that has morals, values, a good head on her shoulders, understands the position that a black man takes in the household, someone who's submissive, loyal, loving, caring, compassionate, all of that amazing stuff that makes women awesome. But the most important thing is having a good heart, and she has a good head on her shoulders and she knows what time it is. A lot of these airheads out here don't know nothing about life and they're garbage. And the woman that you got with, now you understand, she don't know nothing about life and she garbage. She don't really love you and she ain't down for you, dog. She's crazy in the head, bro. And before she's willing to admit to herself that she's crazy in the head and needs to check herself into the hospital, she'd rather throw you in jail first, bro. It's always going to be you before her. And now we see that. She got you thrown in jail and got you took into the custody and lost your money. Then decided to go check herself in the hospital and admit she was wrong and she was lying, recanting her statements. At the end of the day, bro, I believe that someone in Jonathan Majors' position, here's why you don't hear nothing about this guy. Because this man has gotten a wholesome black woman. He ain't gotta worry about no freaking Becky, no Kelly, no Karen trying to cancel or freaking lie on him. Because he's been with his wife for 30 plus years and he's gonna die with his wife, bro. You don't never hear nothing about Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is an example of black excellence. There's his wife. There's his wife. There they go. There they go. Married in 1983, bruh. What's that? They've been married 39 years. Almost 40. Maybe 40 this year. Who knows? Bruh. This is what I'm talking about. Jonathan Majors learned a valuable lesson here, bro. And some of these white women out here that, and that's why a lot of, I hear a lot of, as soon as a black man get to fame, the white woman come in and try to push you down and ruin you and destroy the black family and all that. Now this time I agree with that sentiment, bro, because I'm looking at it right here, bro. A black woman, a wholesome black woman never would have done this, bro. Freak. I don't even think a regular ratchet Lori Harvey type of toxic black woman never would have done this shit. We don't get down like that, bro. We don't beat ourselves up because we're jealous and mad because we couldn't get into a phone and got dropped off on the side of the road to the point where we run to the police. Man, we're told to stop snitching. We learn to don't snitch. And don't snitch on your husband. And don't snitch on your husband when you're lying. We don't get down like that, bro. So Jonathan Majors, you probably should know over this. The way it looked, bro, with the situation about you being famous in Hollywood, it's better to be with a toxic black woman than a toxic white woman. Because at the end of the day, the toxic white woman will never understand the black man, the relationship between the black man and the police. And that simple misunderstanding that any white woman has, that misunderstanding about a black man and the police, calling the police on a black man who happens to be your boyfriend, or maybe your husband. They don't understand that, and for that, they're dangerous, bro. Mind you, again, I'm talking about that relationship of toxicity. I'm not talking about white women that get one black man who they love, not because they're black. I'm talking about these ones that are out here looking for the bag. They don't understand the relationship between the police and black men. They don't know not to call the cops, especially when you lie. Even a toxic black woman will be hesitant to call them cops and lie, especially because she knows what could happen to him when the cops are called. Nowadays, being black, calling the cops could mean your death. Just calling the cops. I've seen children get the cops called on them because they have autism or they have schizophrenia, and they freak out when the cops come and the cops kill them. A schizophrenic boy dead. You can't be rich, famous around these type of people who don't understand your weaknesses. When it comes to the law, when it comes to cancellation and loyalty, you can't trust a white woman. You can't. And don't take this as me being racial or prejudiced. It's a fact that white people do not understand. It took the death of Floyd, rest in peace, before the world understood that black people are actually getting beaten by cops. It didn't happen until 2020, to where the white people were like, I think the black people are getting mistreated by the police. What the freak? What the heck where y'all been at? Living under a rock? Yup. It's just your ignorance, bro. It's the ignorance of it. How could you expect white people to know what black people go through when white people don't be around black people? White people don't come to the hood. White people live in their nice areas or they live with other white people who don't have the same relationship as the police. So they wouldn't know about the relationship that blacks have with the police. They're ignorant. They can't know. Y'all ignorant with it. It's not y'all fault all the way. Some of it is, but not all of it. Not all of y'all. But understanding that shit right there, bro, that's why he got that. That's why he got that. Now, if you're a white woman who does understand what's going on and you try to understand, and even if you don't understand, you work actively to understand about your black man, then kudos to you, make that happen. I'm talking about the ones like his girlfriend who don't understand and clearly use that shit as a weapon against him. Because what did she do? Not only did she not understand, but once she got upset, once she got her feelings hurt, once her pride was crushed, once she felt that humility go across her face and into her heart, what's the first thing she did? She used the weakness of the black man and the police to get vengeance on him, bro. And that forever makes this bitch trash. Get the freak away from her, bro. Hey, that's where I'm at, Jonathan Majors, bro. Hope you come out on top with this shit, bro, man. Subscribe to the channel for that real. Ain't nobody reporting and saying this shit. What's going on, bro? They just let this article stand where he was arrested. She recanted all this. She got caught in lies. Let's get her. Cancel her. Throw her in jail. Let's get that energy. Match the energy, y'all. What happened? I want to see her in a prison cell. Let's go.